Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today behind me I have one of the all-new trim levels to the 2025 Elantra hybrid lineup, the SEL Sport. Now if you want to know everything that did change across both the gas as well as the hybrid trim levels of the Elantra, make sure to check out the dedicated changes video I have here on the channel where I go trim by trim, tell you exactly the features and options that are changing within the Elantra and Elantra hybrid lineup, as well as the exact pricing information. Now when it comes to this SEL Sport as seen behind me, both the gas as well as the hybrid Elantras do get this trim level for 2025, but this is an all new one that slots between the blue and the hybrid limited here in the hybrid lineup, where the SEL Sport now replaces the standard SEL within the gas Elantra lineup. So there's kind of no change in the amount of trim levels on the gas side of things, but there's now 3 trim levels instead of 2 here for the Elantra hybrid. Now this one, like I said, slots in between the blue and the limited. It also slots in there between them in terms of pricing, where the blue actually got less expensive for 25. The SEL Sport got slightly more expensive than the outgoing blue, and the limited stayed exactly the same in terms of its overall price point. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Take a look at here what the SEL Sport gives you for the 2025 model year for just over $29,000. So the Elantra Hybrid SEL Sport in front of us is finished in the Serenity White exterior with the black cloth interior. Now this trim level is not only an appearance package, but also is going to be a technology package here on the hybrid side of things, unlike the gas one. So if you're wanting the 10.25-inch digital cluster and or infotainment system with navigation or Bluelink features for the smartphone integration, this is going to be the entry-level trim level to get the stuff here on the Elantra hybrid side of things, as the blue trim unfortunately no longer gets those. And then you do have things like the 17-inch alloy wheels, the gloss black accents on the exterior, as well as a few touches on the inside that are going to be gained over that standard blue trim. But anyway, starting at the front end of the SEL Sport, you will find full LED projector lighting on every single trim with your headlights. The daytime running lights and LED turn signals are up in that housing right there. You have a lot of body color accents here on the front fascia with some matte black plastics for the grille, and then some of these other elements around the aerodynamic treatments for the corners of the front bumper to help direct air around the wheel and tire setup. Now coming around the side, this is where something is gained versus those previous model years of the Elantra. Now the SEL Sport comes with the same wheels as the limited trim level. These are going to be the 17-inch alloy wheels with a gunmetal gray and machine finish. They're going to be wrapped in a 225, 45, 17-inch Kumho Kinergy GT all-season tire. Coming up to the mirror caps, this is also going to be unique to the SEL Sport. It's going to be the gloss black ones, same as the gas N-line trim levels. No turn signal integration, no cameras or puddle lights, anything like that. But they are going to be heated mirrors and do have blind spot detection as standard. You can see the beltline trim is going to be the black accents as well. And you do have standard proximity key entry with push button start on the 2 front door handles. Unfortunately, you do not get the digital key technology unless you get a limited trim. And then as you can see at top, there is no power sunroof on this particular model as well. Now coming out back, you are going to find a few more changes and tweaks versus a blue or some of the other trim levels for this package. So you will find partial LED lighting for the running light, but you do have incandescent brake and turn signals and reverse lights all in that housing right there. Coming down below, you find a little bit of nice silver accent trim and then some matte black plastic that matches some of the other elements on the front fascia. And then coming up to the trunk lid, this is going to be the N-line gloss black rear spoiler that all SEL Sports will add for the 25 models. You can see gives it just a nice little aggressive touch, and adds a lot of nice contrast in terms of appearance against this white exterior. Still have the silver accent Elantra and Hyundai logos, which have been updated for 2024. There's the rear backup camera, the proximity release for the trunk lid, as well as your hybrid badging on the passenger side, just to signify that this one is indeed a hybrid Elantra. But that is pretty much going to do it here on the exterior as far as all of the changes. Essentially, it's the wheels and tires, the gloss black mirror caps, the black beltline molding, as well as that gloss black rear trunk spoiler. But that is pretty much going to be it on the exterior. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped before jumping onto the inside. So take a look at the window sticker. The SEL Sport is going to sit between the blue and the limited trim level in terms of its features, options, equipment, but really isn't all that much different versus the outgoing 2024 blue trim level, in the fact that it still has the 10.25-inch navigation system with the fully digital cluster. It does add things like a leather wrapped steering wheel, wireless phone charger, alloy pedals, in addition to those exterior appearance cosmetic bits that I did mention earlier on in this video. This one is the extra cost white paint color, and this one has a few additional accessories on it, which brings the total MSRP, including destination, to $29,250. So taking a look on the interior, as I mentioned, this one has the black interior along with the black headliner that comes standard on the SEL Sport. And starting out here on the door pane, you're gonna find a lot of similar design and materials versus that of the 2024 refresh models. So you have a hard touch plastic upper with a cloth, or I should say rubberized vinyl material with the accent stitching. It is gonna be a somewhat padded but textured armrest down below. Power windows, mirrors, and locks with automatic driver's side window, fully automatic up down. You have the black accent door handle pull as well as the darkened chrome tweeter up here as part of some of the dark cosmetic accents for the SEL Sport versus that of a blue or a limited trim level. Just the standard 6-speaker audio system in this one. And then coming here to the driver's seat, just a 6-way manual driver's seat with manual height adjustment. There is going to be the cloth seating surfaces with the gray accent stitching and that nice pattern on the backrest portion. And then coming here onto the dashboard, you can see it is pretty much going to be a carryover from the previous model years. So here in the interior of the SEL Sport, you're going to find the same design language that we've seen in this generation of Elantra, even the pre-refresh models, depending on the trim level that you have gotten. Now in front of the driver, you're going to find a 10.25-inch digital cluster paired to the 10.25-inch navigation system. This is one of the last vehicles to use the older UI and older screens, as Hyundai has slowly changed that during the refresh and all new vehicles. This is controlled here on the right side of the steering wheel, however, so you have your safety systems, your speedometer on the left side, and your hybrid specific power, charge, and eco monitor on the right. Cycling through some of the pages, you have the trip information, MPG, you can put the built-in navigation up here, as well as the engine temperature and the TPMS or tire pressure monitoring system, among all of the other usual information. To the left of that, we have a gloss black panel with a little integrated pattern. And then coming back to the steering wheel, the SEL Sport does add a leather wrap steering wheel with a leather wrap shift knob, which to me is a very welcome addition. And in addition to this, there are going to be some dark accent chrome pieces also borrowed from the end line on the steering wheel and on some portions of the dashboard. So all of these buttons right here are going to be the dark chrome instead of the bright silver that we have normally seen on the Elantra lineup. You have the nice silver accented Hyundai logo. Audio multimedia on the left. We have our regular cruise control with lane follow assist on the right side. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist as standard, just the regular intermittent wipers. To the left of the steering wheel, we have your gauge dimming, 12-volt battery reset, traction control off, and then there is going to be some of those accents with the vent designs. You can see a little bit of LED ambient lighting under the vent design here, and that also does continue here across the dashboard. You can see that little LED strip that runs all the way across there, and that is going to be tied to the 10.25-inch infotainment system. So if your Elantra has this from 2024 and onwards, it will also have the color selectable ambient lighting, which, like I said, can be controlled here on the screen. So if we go to setup, vehicle, lights, ambient lighting, there you can see you can select the color and the brightness of that ambient lighting all right here. So like I said, if it has the larger infotainment screen, it will have the ambient lighting. If it doesn't have it, it will not have it, unfortunately. Now this system is the built-in navigation, so it does have that, as well as wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay only. Unfortunately, this is one of the last vehicles without the wireless capability, if it does have that built-in navigation. And as you can see, just the usual system that we have been used to with Hyundai products, you know, over the last 4, 5, 6 years. Down below that, you have a dark accented stop start button, as well as a dark accented button here for the volume and all of your shortcut buttons for that infotainment system. Dual zone automatic climate control. Unfortunately, this vehicle does not have heated front seats, which is actually quite surprising. I would expect at nearly $29,000 it should have heated front seats, and that is not the case. You do, however, have a leather wrap shift knob, more of that dark accented button and trim down here for the drive mode, backup camera, and electronic parking brake with automatic vehicle hold. In terms of drive modes, this does have 3 Eco, Sport, and Smart drive modes. You do, however, have a wireless charging pad down here, which is, you know, one of the new features and packaging for this trim level. There's the 12-volt charging, USB-A and USB-C charging ports, 2 fairly large cup holders surrounded by gloss black here in the center console, and there's going to be the updated Hyundai key fob with a built-in remote start on the key itself. Padded center armrest with a decent amount of storage, no ports or lights inside. And then up top, the SEL Sport will automatically get a black headliner, so no other headliner color is available. There's the incandescent vanity illumination, manual dimming interior rearview mirror, overhead incandescent lighting as well. And then you have a Bluelink passenger airbag sensor indicator, as well as your SOS emergency services. And then this one does not have a power sunroof available either. So that is pretty much going to be a look here at the front seat of the SEL Sport. Let's go ahead and take a look out back. So taking a look at the back of the SEL Sport, it's going to be pretty much what we have been used to in the Elantra lineup. So all of this is going to be hard touch materials except this center portion around the dark accented door handle pull. Small amount of lower door storage. There's going to be the cloth seating surfaces with the same accent pattern as the front. Stepping inside, this is going to be fairly easy, although this vehicle is fairly low to the ground, so this will kind of get in the way for taller occupants. There's going to be a look at the dashboard in terms of the front seats. And then out back, we will find 2 USB-C charging ports. Unfortunately, no AC vents, no mat pockets or nets on either of the front seats either, which is a little bit interesting. And then this is not going to have these center armrests with 2 cup holders, and this is going to be a single bench folding seat back. So if you want the 60/40 split folding seat back with the integrated center armrest, you do unfortunately have to get a limited hybrid, as that is the only trim in the hybrid side of things to get that. But if you want a cheaper alternative with the split folding seats in the gas Elantra, that will be found on the SEL Convenience trim level. So pretty much the same stuff we've been used to. A good amount of overall space here in the back seat, especially behind my rough driving position. So it is going to be fairly limited in terms of features and options, but you are going to be getting substantially better fuel economy. Now taking a look at trunk and cargo capacity in the Elantra, this has always been one of the stronger areas of this vehicle, really not too far off of that of the Hyundai Sonata. You can see some additional accessories are going to be found in back here, but you do have your releases to fold down the single bench folding seat. So you basically pull both of those on the left and right hand side, and it will allow you to fold the seat down. Underneath the floor, you have a tire mobility kit with air compressor and roadside toolkit. You might be able to actually fit a spare tire down here, as you do have the tie down point right in the middle of that styrofoam there. So that is a potential option that you might be able to do in this vehicle. And there is going to be a little incandescent light at the very top of the cargo area to illuminate that at nighttime. But pretty much the same stuff we've been used to. And then coming here to the passenger front seat, materials are going to be the exact same as the driver's side. You do have a 4-way manual passenger seat, so no height adjustment over here. There's a better look at the dashboard and some of that ambient interior lighting. And then the glove box is going to be not damped. It does not have any illumination inside, but there you can see your owner's manual and stuff like that, and a little small storage pocket here on the passenger side of the center console. So that's a look at some of the tweaks and changes to the SEL Sport. Let's go and pop the hood, see what powers this particular vehicle before going ahead and wrapping up this video. So under the hood of every single Elantra hybrid, you're going to find the same 1.6 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder paired to an electric motor and of course a small battery pack. Total system output is going to be 139 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque through a 6-speed dual clutch transmission and front wheel drive only. And like I said, this is the only powertrain configuration you can get the Elantra hybrid with. Of course, if you want other trim levels or other options within the lineup, they do offer a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, as well as a 1.6-liter turbo, and even a 2-liter turbo in the high performance N variant. So there is still going to be 4 different engine and powertrain configurations one can get in the Elantra. So I like that Hyundai is continuing to offer a good variety for those buyers out there that may not want this one or might be seeking different fuel efficiency options. So that's going to do it here for this quick walk around tour in the 2025 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid in its new SEL Sport trim level. If you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave your thoughts and opinions on the 2025 Elantra lineup down in the comment section below. As I've noted in some of my past videos talking about some of the changes, Hyundai really did tweak the packaging across most of the trim levels except the base SE for this model year, and I think as a whole they made it slightly worse than it was for 24. There's really no other way to put it. Now the hybrid lineup side of things, they did make the entry-level price point lower for 25, but then again, they stripped the blue trim level of equipment that was previously standard, including the 10.25-inch cluster and infotainment system, as well as Bluelink services, which are normally free for the lifetime of the first owner. Thankfully, the SEL Sport and higher still does have that, but also on the gas side of things, they did tweak the packaging where Bluelink, is no longer found on the SEL Sport trim, but you have to get a convenience package for that, which again is a slightly higher price tag. But thankfully, this car is still overall very affordable. The SEL Sport is mainly a cosmetic package on the gas side of things, but here with the hybrid, it does add additional technology, including that that infotainment digital cluster and Bluelink Plus. Again, free for the lifetime of the first owner. And of course, you do get the wireless charging pad and a lot of nice dark accents here on the interior and a couple on the exterior, which do, make it stand out just a little bit in terms of its appearance from the standard Elantras. But you guys love to let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything down in the comment section below. Make sure to stay tuned here on the channel. I will have a side-by-side comparison coming of a blue SEL Sport and a limited hybrid Elantra, all three side by side, so I can show you and tell you about all the exact differences for the 25 model year, and decide which one might be the best for you. But other than that, I do have a lot of content already posted on the channel of the Elantra from 2024, which some of those videos will be relevant, some of them won't be quite as relevant. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting the channel. And with all that being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.